Welcome everyone to the channel. I'm German Eagle, and today we are going to be doing a best class setup on what I believe to be one of the best guns in Infinite Warfare, the Volk Assault Rifle. This gun is unlocked at level 42 and is an energy weapon, and as you'll see from the gameplay, this gun just absolutely melts people, up close as well at range. Being an energy weapon, it does replenish some of the ammo, as you can see in the bottom of the screen, even without reloading. Now the Volk is unlocked at level 42, so it will take you a little while to get it, but definitely well worth the wait. I've been experimenting with quite a few setups with this gun, and now we'll get into what I believe to be the very best setup. The first attachment that is definitely required is Quick Draw. I definitely think this is a staple for just about every class in this game. With it being so fast-paced, you want to get the jump on people and zoom in quicker. Definitely a must-have on your weapon. The second attachment that I like to run on this class setup is Stock. Now with Stock, you will move quicker side to side while aiming down ADS. This is definitely a big plus and will help you as you're coming around corners and get the jump on people. Again, just like with Quick Draw, it's all about speed in this game. The third and final attachment I like to run on this class setup is the Silencer. The Silencer is really important, as you will not be showing up on radar as you are firing your weapon. This is really important as you flank enemies into their spawns and take out their teams. They won't even have a clue where you are. One thing you may have noticed about these attachments as well is that we left out the foregrip. Definitely not necessary on this gun. It is so accurate even without a foregrip, and that would just take up another one of your valuable class spots. So now let's move on to the perks we'll be using with this setup. So in the perk slot 1, the most important perk that you'll be using is Ghost. Ghost is so overpowered in this game at the moment. You will not show up on radar anytime the enemy team brings in a UAV. So important. So when paired with the Silencer we have on this gun, you will not be showing up on radar at all, which is very, very important as you will be making those flanks and taking out the enemy team. I also like to run a second perk in that first perk slot, and the perk I like to use is Dexterity. With Dexterity, you will be reloading your weapon faster, as you can see again in the gameplay. Quick kill, quickly reload, definitely helps you win those gunfights as you're flanking. Also with Dexterity, you will be able to switch to a secondary weapon faster. Now, although with this class we are not using a secondary weapon, but I highly recommend as you're playing and kill an enemy, pick up their weapon and hang on to that as your secondary in case you do run out of ammo. So running out of ammo brings us to the next perk we're going to be using in this class setup, which is Scavenger. Scavenger, very important, ensuring you do not run out of ammo. As you kill your enemy and you do run over their body, you will replenish some of the ammo from your primary or secondary weapon. None of your lethals will count, or equipment will count for that. But very important that you have full ammo as you're going for those long gun streaks. If you are the type of player that does have a bit of trouble going for long streaks, you might want to run something like Cold-Blooded in that second slot, just ensuring that your name doesn't show up above your character, making it more difficult for the enemy to spot you. Cold-Blooded will also help you out, ensuring that troops that are using any thermal optics will not be able to spot you, so again, just keeps you more hidden, a little more difficult to spot for enemies. So now the final perk that we'll be using in this class setup is Dead Silence. Dead Silence, very important, especially if you are using a headset, which I definitely highly recommend when playing this game, because you will be able to pick up on a lot of enemies' footsteps and get the jump on them knowing exactly where they are. Now if you are using Dead Silence, that'll make you make no sound when you are thrust jumping, as well as you won't hear the trampling of your footsteps, which can be quite noisy, and will help you pick up on all those enemies. The only way for the enemy to counter this would be through using the Tracker perk, and even if using Tracker, you still will be quieter for them, so definitely more difficult for other enemies who are using headsets to pick you up. So if you don't use a headset, an alternate perk for that final slot that I would recommend is Hardwired. With Hardwired, this will help you stay a little more hidden. People that are using personal radars and equipment of that nature won't be able to spot you. This will definitely help your game out as you are trying to stay off radar and hidden, as this whole class is built around being stealthy and flanking the enemy team and taking them out, not knowing where you are. You may have also noticed that with this class setup, we are not using a secondary weapon, as well as we are not using any tacticals or lethals. This class is built around strong point, which is the gun, and using attachments and perks to really make this a strong class setup. As for the rig you want to use, this is really a personal preference. I personally do like to use the Mercs setup with the body armor, which is nice because as you are flanking enemies, and if you do get surprised by a large number of enemies, you slap that body armor on and you will definitely be able to take a substantial amount of hits. Definitely helps you win a lot of gunfights. In this gameplay I am using the Warfighter class, which the Claw is nice as well too if you do flank and have a large group of enemies up close. As for the score streaks you like to run, this will be a personal preference. The only one that I really highly recommend for everyone is to run a UAV. You definitely earn this the fastest, and you will pick up where enemies are, which is very important. Again, if you are someone that can go for the high streaks, definitely go for something like the Warden or the Thor, but otherwise, for other players, maybe go with something like a drone package, or even a missile strike, something that's a little easier to obtain if you can't go for those long kill streaks. Overall, I think this is a really strong class setup on a really strong gun at the moment. I think you should all give this a shot, as I think it'll really help your game out. My name is German Eagle. Hope you all enjoyed the video today. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It'll really help the channel grow. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.